Welcome to this course in the Mastering the Marketplace series. My name is David Starr, and in this module we'll get an overview of SaaS offers in the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. This course is meant for technologists who are implementing SaaS solutions in the marketplace, and in addition to the video learning modules, there are labs for you to complete along the way, further cementing your marketplace skills. With that, we'll start from the beginning in this module and move into deeper topics along the way. Let's have a look at what we'll cover in this module. The different elements of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. We'll take a high-level look at what it means to publish a SaaS offer in the marketplace. And we'll talk about the various pricing models for SaaS applications. Finally, because this is a technical learning series, we'll look at some of the solution architectures that are commonly used. Let's start with a look at the overall model of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. The marketplace is a destination for Microsoft partners to publish their solutions for purchase by customers. The marketplace contains both Microsoft and partner solutions and services. It's reasonable to think of the marketplace as an app store for Azure and for other Microsoft products like Dynamics 365, Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft 365. Let's have a look at the components of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. First of all, we have the Azure Marketplace, which is really focused on cloud developers and IT pros being able to purchase solutions that augment their enterprise. Different types of solution architectures are available for publishers to use, including SaaS, which of course is the focus of this course, Azure Managed Applications, for which we have another course, virtual machines, and container apps, all of which will get their own courses over time. We have AppSource. AppSource is more applicable for those other Microsoft product editions that we talked about, Microsoft 365 products, Teams, Dynamics 365, and there are SaaS offers inside the AppSource storefront that sit behind the solutions and add-ins for these other products. Finally, there's the Partner Center portal. This is where partners go to create their offers, manage them over time, and gain insights about their offers and how they're performing in the marketplace through analytics capabilities. Let's take a look at each one of these components in turn. First of all, we have the Azure Marketplace itself, which you can find at azuremarketplace.microsoft.com. Here we're able to browse and purchase solutions from various vendors, including Microsoft, but mostly from Microsoft partners. We can even filter on product type and look at just SaaS offers that are available in the Azure Marketplace. Notice the Get It Now button. This means we can actually make the purchase right now from beginning to end. We can offer a free trial as a SaaS application. And finally, there's Contact Me, which is not a transactable offer, but merely what we call a listing. Now, what does transactable mean? Well, a transactable offer is one that you can bill through Microsoft to the client. A Contact Me listing is simply one that generates a lead. Now let's have a look at AppSource. AppSource is a storefront wherein we can find the add-ons and other solutions for integration with other Microsoft products. Note that at the very front page, it's organized by different categories such as human resources solutions, IT and management tools, and sales and productivity. We can actually sort by industries, where we can find solutions by categories like education, media and communications, real estate, and healthcare. And finally, when we look at the different Microsoft products that we can add into, we can find partner solutions for Dynamics 365, Microsoft 365 products, Power Platform, and web apps. Lastly, we can come into Partner Center. And in Partner Center, I'm able to see all of the offers that I have in the Azure Marketplace. Of course, as a developer of marketplace solutions, I have many different types. The first two of which, of course, are software as a service solutions. Let's move on to the creation process for a SaaS offer. We've seen the major components of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace, but what is it like to actually publish an offer? Well, let's take a look. First of all, know how you want to price your product. We'll talk more in depth about pricing models in just a few minutes. Next, know not only your current solution architecture, but how you will integrate it into the marketplace. We'll also talk about some common SaaS solution architectures later in this module. To activate subscriptions, build customers, and to keep track of customer activity, you'll integrate your solution with the marketplace APIs. There's a lot of content later in this course on this topic. As you may imagine, there are certain quality bars that must be met for each solution published in the marketplace. We'll talk in a moment about the certification process as a solution passes through to make it into the marketplace. And once you've passed certification and are ready to do business in the marketplace, it's time to go live. After going live, your solution becomes available in the marketplace for customers to purchase. Let's see how that looks in reality as we track progress through Partner Center's publication process. This view is available for each offer in the Partner Center, and it represents the certification process your current product is in. First of all, there's automated validation, which is exactly what it sounds like. Automated validation is the process of running some automation tools against your solution to do fundamental checks to ensure that it's in compliance with the rules of building a SaaS application. Next, after we've passed automated validation, we create the preview environment for use by the publisher. The preview environment is called the publisher sign-off phase, and in here we can develop and test our solution. Finally, once we're done developing and testing our solution, we hit the Go Live button. Since this offer has never been published live, we see its progress is at this publisher sign-off stage. Go Live submits your offer for publication to the marketplace through a certification team. Now, don't hit this button before you're sure you're ready and your solution is 100% in place and working. For manual certification, they validate technical requirements of your SaaS application that weren't checked in the automated validation steps. And they also ensure that the business information included in your offer is accurate and up to par. Finally, you publish, and this is enacted by Microsoft, the process of making your offer live to the public. We said we'd talk about pricing models, and that's very important. So in this section, we'll take a look at models of pricing for SaaS applications. This section and the next one on SaaS architectures are very important. In fact, when working with partners on creating new offers, the first things I ask are, do you know how you want to price your solution? And do you know what application architecture you'll be using? Let's start by looking at pricing. We start with what the marketplace terms an offer. An offer is composed of plans, and pricing is per plan. Each plan may have its own price. Functionality may differ per plan. There are two basic pricing models for SaaS applications. You can charge a flat fee for a plan, or you can charge per user. The subscription length for a given plan may be monthly or annual. This represents how often the customer will be billed. Finally, there's the option of paying for your solution per transaction. Now, I like to think of this example of an optical character recognition solution that might scan, let's say, insurance or healthcare documents that are written by hand, turn them into printed text, and upload them back into a medical record system. Let's say, for example, that you offer a flat rate plan that gives 10,000 scans in your gold plan for a flat rate. And after that, you're going to charge 5 cents per page per scan after that initial 10,000. That's paying per transaction, that 5 cents per page. One thing to keep in mind is that as a publisher, your solution runs in your subscription for SaaS offers. Accordingly, you will incur the runtime costs of the solution, and this should be taken into account when pricing your plans. Now let's have a look at some of the common ways systems are designed that offer SaaS solutions in the marketplace. It could be that your solution already fits into one of these models, or it could be that it's different in some way, which is fine as well. There's no one-size-fits-all architecture for SaaS applications. We'll look at some of the variants on this theme. Now, as we've said, one truth for a SaaS app is that it lives in the publisher's subscription. If it doesn't, you aren't really looking at a SaaS application. While we're going to examine some of the more common architecture models, your architecture is up to you. SaaS solutions come in many shapes, forms, and architectures. So let's have a look at some of the more common ones. There are multiple ways to manage SaaS applications. Management is driven by the business and how the application monetizes. Sometimes you'll find that your application architecture or delivery model will evolve over time due to customer preference and demand. First of all, you might have a model where everything is shared. All of your assets are used by all customers and you simply divvy them up through application logic. Secondly, you might have assets that are customer specific, meaning a customer gets their very own database because they want data isolation for their specific data. Finally, you might even deploy an entire instance of your SaaS application per customer. Note that these models are not the only ways to design and build SaaS applications, but we'll be looking at each in turn. First, a multi-tenant solution. Everything is shared in the traditional model that everybody thinks of when we talk about SaaS applications. The application typically stores information about each customer in a single database shared across all customers. This is true multi-tenancy, represented by a different customer using the same system but with their own capabilities and configurations. When we talk about a pure multi-tenant solution, you're looking at it. A multi-tenant solution is great for manageability and for design simplicity, but what happens when a customer wants to isolate their data from the rest of your customers? Perhaps you keep data for certain functions in a shared data store, perhaps something like common registration functionality, but segment out sensitive data for specific customers. They may pay a premium for this service, but it's one that many customers will ask for. Your architecture should be prepared to isolate tenancy this way. Here we're growing into a brand new model. A customer has offered us a lot of money to host their very own instance of our SaaS application, to keep all data isolated from other customers that may be on a shared multi-tenant system. This is a simple enough thing to do because we can install a customer dedicated instance of our SaaS application in our subscription. In this model, it's often desirable to create a dedicated Azure Active Directory tenant for each install for even further separation of concern and data isolation. As long as our software is designed with this model in mind, we can have multiple of these instances as customers demand, and high-value customers are definitely what we're after. Let's take a look at what we've gone through in this module. First of all, we had a look at the main components of the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace, including the Azure Marketplace, AppSource, and Partner Center. We saw what it takes to plan your offer and get it through the publication process. We visited the standard pricing models for SaaS applications. Remember, this is one of the things you should know at the very beginning of your onboarding experience. And finally, we explored some of the common architecture patterns for SaaS applications. While the ones we looked at are commonly seen in marketplace solutions, the overall deployment and management architecture is really up to you. Thank you for watching this overview of SaaS offers for the Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. We hope this course helps you start your journey into building a transactable SaaS offer.